Good afternoon. Today I'm going to uh, talk about collaborating in a Google Doc. And let me write this down. Collaborating in a Google Doc. And it's lesson 3. And before I get started, let me tell you what the standards are. You see these standards when you take the test. So standards 15, 16, and 17. So the first standard is, and I have it in Spanish below, share a document being intentional about the difference between the viewer, commenter, and editor. And after this movie, you'll know what that means. And then collaborate with others in Google Docs by using suggestion mode to track changes, accept edits, and adding and replying to comments. Okay, and then finally, view and restore a previous version of a document. So when you take the test and you miss number 17, you can go straight back to this video and see what you need to do. Okay, so let me get started. And hold on. Okay, here is, if you remember from high school and college, the writing process. We have pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publishing. Okay, just a second. So asking someone else to read your work is an important step to revising and editing a document. Sometimes you ask your teacher, is this okay? And they give you suggestions. In the past, they use a red pencil, but now you can use Google Docs to give suggestions. And let me ask you, what are two ways, other people, or some ways, two ways other people can help you when you're writing a document? Now think about that. Think about that for paper. What are two ways other people can help you when you're writing a document? Okay, just a second. I believe I might have to pass something out for you for that. Okay, and when you're ready, when you have that answered, and you've finished answering that to yourself, just first click stop, answer it to yourself, and then start the video again. Okay, and also please ask me for the handout. I have a handout for you to answer this question on. Okay. All right, and after you're finished that, move on. I would like you to pause here and then move on to the next section when you are ready. Okay, so today we will learn to share a Google Doc so that other people can make comments and suggestions and add comments on a Google Doc. And I have this down here in Spanish. Okay. And then we are going to suggest edits to a Google Doc. And where do we have that here? This one, suggest edits to a Google Doc. And then we are going to accept or reject other people's comments or suggestions. And I have this here. There's other people's comments or suggestions. And finally, we're going to look at restore older versions of a Google Doc. And that's for when you make a big mistake or you decide you want to change something in a big way. Go back to an earlier version. Okay, just a second. Let's see. A copy of the sample answer. Just a minute. Hopefully I can bring this up. Let's see. Sharing a Google Doc. There's a sample answer in here somewhere. Let me see. I think I have told you guys how to do this. So I'm going to hit Control F, type in sample answer. Open the sample answer. Well, where is that? Okay, oh, here it is. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, editing documents. Oh, here's somebody's sample answer. Let me see. What I'm going to do is instead of requesting edit access, I'm going to copy this. Make a copy, and I'm going to put it in, you don't have to know this yet, my drive, and I'm going to put it into my computer literacy. Don't worry about this today, and make a copy. Da, 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 da. Okay, the sample answer. Okay, so if you after you draft a document, so now we are looking at the sample answer. This is a draft. After you draft the document, like a resume, cover letter, or story, you will usually want to edit the document before you share it. When you get to the editing step in the writing process, it can be helpful to ask other people for feedback. Feedback is when someone gives you advice on how to improve something. It is easy to give and receive feedback in Google Docs, really easy. You can share a document with someone else so they can make comments or suggestions. Right now, I will share this document with myself. Okay, I'm already, let me share, and I'm going to share it with myself. Oh, well, that was easy. Let me share it with, let me share it with my other self. There's Gmail doc. I'll share it with hello self. And we've learned how to do this the previous lesson. Here is my document. Okay. You're sharing to Robert B. I'll share it with anyway, even though I can't always trust that guy. Okay. Type your Gmail, give it privileges to the commenter. Oh, I forgot. Let me do this. Share it again, Robert Bishop. So editor, I'm just going to, I should have just put him as commenter. Okay, save. Okay. Let me share this with another person. Let me share this with, let's say, Roz Bailey. And here's her Gmail account. And I'm going, Roz, this is just an example for the class. Please don't open it until tonight. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to Roz Bailey. I'm not going to let her choose anything, but I'm going to let her be the commenter. There we go. And then let me send this to Roz. Okay. There we go. Okay, and send and open in Gmail. So let me go over to my Gmail. Let's see, Robert. Add another account. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Robert Lee Bishop. Next. Password. There, and I'm going to the next part, and here goes. Oh, I got something. Copy. Let me open this. Hello self, this is my document. So let me open that document. And there we go. Oh, hey, he shared it with me. There's his icon there. So I have a question for you. And where is it? It's right here. Move down here. How do you open documents that have been shared with you? Please answer that question. Okay. How do you do that? Okay, so after that, stop the video, answer that question, and then come back and start it up again. Okay, the next thing I would like to do is make a comment. So who am I? Am I Robert Bishop? Sample copy of sample letter. No, let me get rid of that one. And here it is. Okay, here's the one from Robert Bishop, and I'm going to make a comment. Sure, I'm going to make a comment on the second sentence. Asking, so let me look, what are 2 ways other people can help you when you are writing a document? Asking people for help is a good way to improve your Google Doc when you are revising and editing. One way people can help you write a document is to fix your writing. So, I'm not sure if this, I want this person to tell me more. So I'm going to go over here, suggest edits, add a comment. Okay. And I'm going to say, here's the comment, I think you should say more. Okay, there we go. I think you should say more, and then I'm going to click comment. Ta-da! Now there's a comment there. And I'm a teacher, so I use this quite a bit, this feature. Okay. I think you should say more. Okay, and let me ask you a question. What is the first step to make a comment? And so try to answer, stop the video, try to answer that question. If you can't, raise your hand and ask me. And then move on and start the video again. Okay, we're moving on to suggestions. And what did I do? I made a comment, but I can also suggest what the writer should do. I don't have to keep commenting, and this will actually, as you will see, this will get easier for the writer, make the life of the writer easier. I can also suggest edits. When I suggest an edit, I give ideas for new text or suggest that writers delete some text. The writer will be able to see my suggestion and can accept or reject them. I'm going to suggest an edit to the 3rd sentence, so instead of saying which parts are bad, it says which parts are difficult to understand. See, which parts are bad. So I'm going to highlight which parts are bad. And then I'm going to click here on Suggest Edits. I hope I do this right. Oh, wait. Which parts are... I'm going to change... Sorry, I don't have to do the whole thing. Highlight bad. Which parts are... It says I'm... Okay, difficult to understand. So actually, let me do that again. I'm going to Command undo. Okay, so what I almost forgot to tell you. So highlight this, and then just start typing. Difficult to understand. There, okay. And let me put a space. I think I put, no space. Okay. All right. So now I've made a comment and a suggestion. So I'm going to ask you another question. And the question is, what is the difference between suggesting edits and commenting on text? What is the difference between suggesting edits and commenting on text? Answer the question, pause, answer the question, and then move on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. Oh, this guy made comments to me, Robert Bishop. I'm the person writing this one now. Oh, so the writer can easily see and respond to my feedback. Look at this. Here's my own feedback. It's myself talking to myself. After they read my comments, they can reply to them. Then they can decide if they want to make changes. When they are done with the comment, they can resolve it. Resolve means to fix a problem. The person who left you comments will be able to see your responses as the conversation can continue the document if needed. On the comment, my previous reply, I should be more specific. And to the end of the sentence, by editing, spelling, and grammar. Let me do this one. Yes, one. They want me. I should say more. Okay. They want me to be more specific. And let me add this. By editing. Spelling and grammar mistakes. Spelling. Oh, I need a space there. And grammar mistakes. Okay, I edited that. Okay, I'm more specific. One way you can help write a document is to fix your writing by editing and spelling mistakes. Okay. So, I have a question for you. When should you resolve a comment? Okay. Okay, and answer the question, then roll the tape again. All right, so the next thing I want to do is respond to suggestions. So this one is even easier. With a suggestion, the writer can accept them or reject them. So they can keep it or they can delete it. Or reply to a suggestion. Oh, first of all, let's see. Accept or delete. Bad but difficult to understand. Okay, so I'm going to click, I'm going to accept the suggestion, reject the suggestion, accept the suggestion. So I agree. Okay, oh, difficult to understand. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm going to accept it. When I click accept, it changes it, and his suggestion has been accepted and my document has been changed. I didn't have to rewrite anything. It's very convenient. So I want to, so let me do that one more time, Control undo. So then here is Robert Bishop wrote, replace bad with difficult to understand. I can click here if I don't agree, but I agree, so I'm going to click accept. Nice. And I have another question for you. Probably see it coming. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to answer a question before I do that. So maybe do undo. There's one more thing I almost forgot to tell you. Replace bad with difficult to understand. And you might ask the person editing, for example, your teacher, why? So I can also reply, why, teacher? Why do I have to do that? Okay. And that message will go to your teacher, and he can say, because it's not specific enough. Okay, or you can once again click accept. There's 3 things you can do. So that kind of answers this question, but I just want you to repeat it. What are 3 choices to respond to editing a suggestion? What are 3 choices you can do? Once again, when you answer that question, stop, answer the question, and then go to the next section. Okay, and Finally, I have a question. How can I view older versions of the document? So I made a bunch of changes, and 3 weeks later I decided I want to look at an older version. Okay, and so what I do is, let's see, oops, hold on, click on last edit was made, link. Okay, just a second, let me see. Click last edit was made, link. Comment. Go back here, and I'm probably going to have to stop the